Hi, this is Terry, and I'm going to be doing a brief demo on how to use the Pinlet. So when you purchased the Pinlet, you came to this download page and scroll down to get your ebook, and then here is the button to click on to drag the button to your bookmarks bar. Now my bookmarks bar is already opened, and I'm in Google Chrome. If it's not, you can go to the settings thing right here and look for bookmarks. Show bookmarks bar. You just want to make sure that this is checked. And also you can toggle your bookmarks bar on and off by doing Control-Shift-B. And pretty much this is the same in all browsers. It's pretty easy to turn on and find. So what we're going to do now is drag this to our bookmarks bar, and then we'll be all set to use it. I've already opened a website in which I find a lot of my quotes called searchquotes.com, and I've already highlighted the one that I want to use right here by Albert Einstein. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll go ahead and just copy this just in case. Sometimes on different websites it doesn't allow you to pull in the text, so I just copy it as kind of a backup in case that happens, and I don't have to go back and forth trying to get the text. So I've copied that, and I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to go ahead and open up pinlet+magic, and we see that it has indeed pulled in the quote, which is really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and delete the quotes here, and then I'm going to move the author by doing right click and cut over here to the author field. And that will ensure that I can customize the author any way that I want, rather than it being the same customization as the text. So now we have the option of choosing a font, and there are a lot of kind of funky fonts, and then you've got your standard fonts like Arial, Times Roman, Verdana down at the bottom. And the ones up here are just kind of different non-standard types of fonts. So you can basically just hit the down arrow and scroll through the fonts and look to the left here in the text box to kind of see what they're going to look like. So I basically just scroll through until I find one that kind of fits the quote, and it was large enough to use with my quote. Of course you can change the font size, but nevertheless, I am just going to scroll through these quickly and see what I like here. And there's many, different variations in italics and characters and all kinds of stuff. I've even got a number of different ones that have hearts in it in case you have some kind of love quote. That kind of goes well with that, obviously. Alright, so I'm down into the standard fonts now, and I think I'm going to go back and use the one I started out with. And then down here you've got font size, and you can go all the way up to 80, which is pretty huge. But it's good for, 1 or 2 or 3 word quotes, to have a bigger font size. So I think I'm going to do 26. And then here you can also extend, the size of your image, your output, and as well how long it's going to be. So I think I'm going to go with that for now. And then here you can choose your color, and there's millions to choose from. Basically you can move this around to get different variations of a color, darker, lighter, whatever. And then slide this up and down to go through the different colors to choose one that is fitting for your quote. And I think I'm going to go with blue, maybe red. And I think I'll go with blue. And maybe I'll do a darker blue here. Alright. That looks good. And then for author, you can do the same thing. Now you're not going to be able to see the author until you go to the preview page, but usually what I do is I make the author the same size, or the same color actually, as the text, and you can do that by highlighting it, right-clicking, copying, and then pasting in the color down here. And I typically make the font slightly smaller than the text size, so I'm going to go with like 16. And if you want to quickly check it, you just go to your preview and share tab, and you can see, whether you like the difference here in size. I think too what I'm going to do is add some dashes just to kind of offset it. Yeah, I like that better. Then you can go down to the background and border options and decide what you want to do there. Again, there's the color picker, which allows you to choose from millions of different colors. So you can just move this over and then slide this to see what's going to look best as a background. Yeah, maybe I'll go with the yellow. The light yellow. Yellowish green. Looks kind of like chartreuse. Let me see if I can get it a little bit yellower. There we go. So you can do that. And then there are dozens of preset backgrounds that you can scroll through. These are actually alphabetized by color. So you got beige, and you got black, and then blue, and it just kind of goes in that manner throughout the different colors and textures. Here's a scroll if you want to go with something like that. And I also have some sticky notes that you can do. If you take a look at that, that's pretty cool. Now you might want to make your font size a little bit smaller, like maybe go with an Arial instead of a big thick font. And then you can basically size it on the page so that it will look good and not exceed the boundaries of the post-it note. So that looks pretty good. Of course, I would want to change the author to match too. And who knows, I might even go with that. I kind of like that. So let me change Albert to be Arial as well. Maybe I'll go with italics just to be a little bit different and offset it. Yeah, I like that. Alright, cool. And then you also have a choice of pulling up your own background image just by choosing File and going to your hard drive and finding cool images there. And then you would hit, once you chose your file on your hard drive, you would hit upload, and then it would upload it. In this case, I didn't have anything to upload, so I will go back and add my sticky note back. And then you can also do a border. Now, a border, really, you don't need a border for a sticky note, but I'll demonstrate it nevertheless. And I usually make my border color the same as the text color, because then it just kind of is coordinated and it looks pretty good. So we'll take a look at that. You can see it just kind of frames the quote, kind of nicely. But I don't think I need a border with a sticky note, so I am going to remove that and go with none. So once you have decided on everything, your font size, your author, customization, and your background and border, then you can go to preview and share. And you can see, if you like how everything falls out on the page. And this looks pretty good. I mean, it's all centered and I like it. And you can also check dimensions here. So if you've got a certain application that requires a certain dimension, then you can adjust accordingly by looking at what the output is here. Like for instance, Facebook post size maximum is 403 pixels by 403 pixels without having it be cut off. So then you can check here to make sure you're within those limitations. And then here is where you share on the different social media sites. Now I usually pin mine on Pinterest, so we'll go ahead and click on that. and it takes us to the Pinterest account. And then I've got different boards set up, and I can just scroll through here and see which one kind of fits. Or I can create a new board if I wanted to. But I think I'm going to go with just regular old quotes. The Pinlet does pull in the first amount of characters here. If it's longer than, say, 250 characters, it's just going to cut it off, and you can add, if you want to, or just leave it as is. And I'm going to go ahead and use a hashtag here of quote, because what Pinterest does for their search engine is they pull from this field right here, which is really the description field, and they look for your keywords here. So this is the place where you want to put your keywords so people can find you if they're doing a search. And then from here, we have the option of tweeting it if we like. If we missed out on the option to tweet it within the Pinlet, I'm just going to hit pin it here. And then you have another opportunity to share it on different social media sites here, tweet it or share it on Facebook. I'm just going to look at the pin. And yeah, I like it. It turned out quite nicely. So now we can go back to the Pinlet and decide if we want to share it on any other social media sites, whether we want to download it to our hard drive, and here we just right click, save image as, name it, hit save. And then if you want to share it via email or upload it directly to Facebook, which gives you a much bigger size, then you have the opportunity to do that. Let me see what else I can share with you. Now typically the text here is centered on the page, centered across and centered up and down. I did put together a video on how to hack the text if you want to not have it centered. So be sure to check out the video in the pinlet+magic forum. If you're not a member, certainly go there and join, because I post stuff there at least daily. What else can I share with you? I guess that's pretty much it. At this point, if you're all done with everything, then you can just come over here and hit close Pinlet. And then you're back to your original page, and you can kind of go from there. So that pretty much covers how to use the Pinlet. I hope that was useful to you.